And we are live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another week of live cell phone plan advice, the live stream where I answer your questions about what cell phone plan is best for you, what the best deals are, and anything else cell phone plan related. It's so great to be back for another Monday. We have some amazing friendly faces in the chat here today. We have Ron B joining. Thank you. I'm ready. Ron, great to see you here. We have Earth. Great to see you, Earth. Scott is here. Howdy, howdy, Scott. Oscar's here. Great to see you, Oscar. The dog and his lawyer. Hiya, welcome. Great to have you on the stream. Gregory Records. Great to see you here. Big Tank. Welcome. Mark is here. Of course. Great to see you here as always, Mark. Travis is here. Thank you, Travis, for showing up. Great to see everyone. Ramiro, hello. Mo, hello. Daniela, great to see you. Shane, great to see you here as well. I think this is an awesome crowd. Robert, boom, welcome. Great to have everyone here. Always fun to do these live streams. Amy is saying morning. It's currently 6:04 p.m. my time, but good morning to you. Hopefully you have a wonderful day. Amar is here. Hello, welcome. Yeah, I think honestly didn't have anything planned for this stream in particular. I think maybe we can talk about Trump Mobile and discuss some things we learned. I signed up last week. I released the video on the service. We learned a lot, and we learned what it is, what it isn't. This was the phone, the Trump Mobile phone, and I feel like we should cover a few things. Some people in the comments were saying, you know, you should have set the phone to LTE mode instead of 5G on, and that would have allowed the data to work. And we can try that right now. I don't think it will. Mark, thank you so much for your generosity and support for the super chat. Mark says, "Good evening, Stetson. Hi from Iowa. Appreciate you, sir. Appreciate you, Mark. You're always so kind and generous. That's really appreciated." So back to the Trump Mobile. We can set voice and data to LTE mode. And same thing, if we go in and we try and run a test here, I mean, the internet just doesn't work. Like, this phone is not connected to the internet. It doesn't matter if it's on LTE, if it's on 5G. Trump Mobile data is hard shut off. Now, in Trump Mobile's defense, I did use 30 gigs on this line, 33.7 gigs to be exact. And, you know, it's possible that's over whatever limit they had, but to me it feels very weird to advertise a plan as an unlimited plan and then hard shut off the data. We don't actually see this anymore. I know Mint Mobile actually got in trouble with the FCC for giving you unlimited data at 128 kilobits per second on their unlimited plan. And we saw Mint Mobile increase from 128 to 512 kilobits per second in order to sort of comply with the FCC. So very weird. Trump Mobile is advertising unlimited and then has that hard shut off. B-Graph, Stetson, what do you mean in their defense? I'm trying to help them out. I mean, I don't know, 30 gigs is you know, maybe it's slowed down between 20 and 30, but I don't know because I used so much. But I think you're right. I don't think there's no plan that I'm aware of that does that. Tech Look, good evening. Am I late to another stream? Tech Look, welcome. I would say you are right on time. We've got 100 people here. I think now is the time to get the stream going. You're here just at the perfect time. Anthony, hello, welcome. Welcome. Matt, it looks like has a question here. Hi, should we even upgrade that to an S23? Can almost do everything an S25 can do. And how do you respond to people who say be happy with a 2 gig plan and make it work for $100? Phone till you job get one. Matt, that's a great question. Not 100% sure if your keyboard is working over there, but I would say Galaxy S23, phenomenal phone, phenomenal value right now. And yeah, if you get a plan that meets your needs, I mean, you're cruising. This is probably one of my favorite pastime. Actually, I don't like it because I own a lot of phones and just seeing them devalue is awful. But one of my favorite websites is Swappa. It's a great site for gently buying and selling gently used electronics. And if we go in here and we throw in the Galaxy, oh gosh, any bets? 226. It's going to be more than 226. I think it'll be like 350 unlocked. And that's still outrageous. Oh no. Okay, so fair, you can get like 256, 257. Filter condition. Let's say you want a good phone, good condition phone. We don't have any battery health. 290. Green, lavender. Dang, 294 unlocks black. I mean, it's a good condition. It's got some love wear and tear in there, some marks, but 294 guys, under $300. This is a great phone. It's a banger phone. Travis comments, Bill Clinton Cellular would never disable data like that. I guess we'll never know. We'll never know. What my question is, right? So if we go to the Trump Mobile website, which one should not do, arguably, but if you were to find yourself here perusing around with a very serious looking gentleman, and you were to go, I think it's the terms of service. No, this is like too plainly organized. It's something different. Service agreements. Maybe it's privacy policy, terms of use. There's definitely something about here. And what am I looking for? It's see, Trump Mobile is provided by a different provider. And it is nice. AI systems. Data collected by AI systems? Data usage, pages you visit, links you click on, and searches you conduct on our platform. Data mining machine. Interesting. Very interesting. All right. Privacy policy. Can't remember. It's the service is provided by another company. And I wonder if that company also shuts off your data. That's my question. That is my question. I'll get back to that. All right, Link, thank you so much for your generosity and support. Link says, hello, T-Mobile Magenta Max, 5 voice, 1 data line, family, international plan, paying over $230 a month. Switching best now or stay where I am? Link, that is a fantastic question. It sounds like you're paying quite a lot. And I guess to clarify, 1 data line, I'm going to assume that's a tablet line. And all right, so $230. Does this include device payments? That's my question. If we do $230 divided by 6, you're averaging $38 per line per month. And Magenta Max, you're honestly not getting very good device deals. All right, so if you're a Magenta Max customer, you're getting $300 tops from T-Mobile. So, Link, if I'm in your shoes, right, I would probably look at US Mobile. And I think that could be a really good option for you. If you need the international features, that's what I'm thinking right now. Here, let me show you what I'm talking about. So let's pull up the site right now, bestphoneplans.net. We're just going to the plans page so we can compare. And we'll see. Sonic is saying US Mobile is restocking the $249 Pixel 9s. I think I saw a post on Reddit that said the $249 price tier will be disappearing. So we may not see those. Anyway, back to you, Link. If you were to consider US Mobile Unlimited Premium, you could consider the Lightspeed option. So we'll add that to compare, and we'll add this to compare, and let's just compare. I'm thinking this will meet your data needs. It kind of depends how much data each line needs. But this could be something worth looking at. And then the other thing I want to check is Google Fi. We can do Google Fi right now. See what's cooking over there. So Google Fi, they're doing a promo, 50% off for 12 months. Love that promo. We'll see when they bring it back. I think the best value plan is going to be their unlimited standard plan. Like it kind of depends how much data each line needs. The unlimited standard is only coming with 50 gigs of high speed data. Now, I say only 50 gigs. That's still plenty for most people. I myself use 6.3 gigs per month, but you're either looking at unlimited standard or unlimited premium. Sounds like you have 4 lines. What's cool here, Link, is the unlimited premium plan. This actually includes full connectivity for smartwatches, and boom, here it is, connectivity for tablets and laptops. So, I mean, okay, so you have 5 lines. That's my bad. $200, and you get a free tablet line. I mean, it's a little bit less than 230, but probably not after tax. Dang, all right, you might actually not be getting a bad deal. If you were to bump down to unlimited standard, I think you can mix and match these plans. Don't quote me on that. But if you could mix and match these plans, then you could rock over to unlimited standard. This would bump down to 125 for 5 lines. But the problem is you don't get the data only plan. So you need at least 1 line on unlimited premium for that data only plan. I mean, US Mobile could be really good too. So what you're looking at for US Mobile, awesome features, 100 gigs of high speed, then unlimited to 1 megabit per second, 50 gigs of hotspot here. You can go down to as low as $33 a line per month with the annual plan. The regular pricing would still be more expensive than what you have now. Link, I'm starting to think you might not be getting a bad deal. That's what I'm thinking. Let's go back. Let's knock this up, reset selection. Let's kick it up to 5 lines. So what are we cooking for 5 lines? I mean, so yeah, these are the annual US Mobile plans. This could save you a lot of money, right? Like if each line uses 100 gigs or less, you could rock over to US Mobile Unlimited Annual, 163 a month, taxes and fees included. It is 100 gigs high speed, 50 gigs hotspot, and they're getting international texting, international calling, 10 gigs in Canada and Mexico, and then 200 minutes, 250 texts, and 10 gigs of high speed data in 180 countries. So this has really good international roaming. I would say even better than T-Mobile, which I think is only 5 gigs on Magenta Max. So you're doubling the international data here, which is awesome. And then 163 a month. And then for the tablet line, you can just throw that on either another one of those lines. Oops, where did that go? Sorry. You can either throw a tablet line on US Mobile Unlimited Premium Annual or another US Mobile plan. So if you did, here's the website. I mean, you can just go to plans. And as far as I understand, a tablet will just work on any of these plans. So you could throw it on like an unlimited starter line for $25. And this has 35 gigs of high speed data. Or you could throw it on like one of the shared data plans here. 5 gigs for $15, 10 gigs for $20, 20 gigs for $35. If you start getting up in this area, then you might want to consider, one of the other plans. But man, I'm starting to think, Link, you're getting a pretty good deal. It's not bad to say the least. I mean, I think you could. What are the other like good family plans? Do we have something filtered? Oh, that's right. I'm searching. 5 lines. Let's kick the data up to unlimited. Boom. Let's get this out of here. Yeah, visible could be good. I mean, 5 lines on visible base, 125. Not bad, right? The total base plan. I'm not going to say get total base because it's deprioritized, but let's just do like a regular total 5G unlimited plan. You can do 5 lines for 125. This might actually be the move. So you're saving already $100 a month on this. It'll be under $100 once you have the tablet line. So let's do Total Wireless. Let's pull them up. What are their tablet lines? That is what I want to know. So we're going to get this out of here. Shop tablet plan. Nope. And it looks like if you have a phone line, $20 or $10. And what are you getting? You're getting unlimited data on both. One is deprioritized. One is, I'm not going to say it's priority, but it has access to 5G ultra wideband. And so far, every other plan that has access to 5G ultra wideband is priority data. So I'd be inclined to suspect that this has priority data and only be $20 extra. So that, like, I'm in your shoes. Like, if T-Mobile's really good and you need to stay on the T-Mobile network, we'll cover some options in a sec. But the total wireless, like total 5G unlimited with the tablet line for an extra $20. I mean, you're looking at 145 a month, right? Like that's taxes and fees included. That's so good. That is so good. That's probably what I would consider. Google Fi unlimited standard. Again, the trick with Google Fi is you might need to mix and match to get that tablet. Or Link, here's what you could do. You could do Google Fi unlimited standard and then just throw the tablet on one of US Mobile's plans, right? Like an unlimited starter line or, one of the buy the gig plans. And then I'm just trying to see if we have any like Metro by T-Mobile plans. I'm kind of surprised those aren't showing up. Let's go to Metro's website, see if I'm not missing anything for you. And I hope this is helpful, by the way. So you got 5 lines. Oh, Metro only goes up to 4 lines. That is not helpful at all. All right, Link, you may want to go and check out Metro, like go to a store, I guess, and like get priced out. But it's looking like, let's see, 140 divided by 4 lines is 35 a line. Like maybe you'll save a couple bucks by going to Metro, but yeah, that's what I would say. I would consider, it looks like total 5G unlimited, killer deal. I mean, if you want AT&T Cricket, I think I subconsciously block them out just because Cricket and AT&T is so bad where I live. But honestly, could be a great move to look at. And then I think Google Fi unlimited standard or kind of figuring something out with US Mobile is what I would look at. Yeah, I'm curious what the chat thinks. Amara is saying I think US Mobile is better overall. That could be on a different topic. CZRS saying Google Fi, Cactus, Muscle Arm. That is exactly my thoughts. So CZRS. So there you go. Link, I hope that was helpful in some capacity. Let me know if you have a follow-up question on any of that. And I'm curious what you decide to go with. But yeah, hopefully that helps. I don't think you're necessarily getting a bad deal. And I also think you could save a little bit of money. All right, we have another super chat coming in from APC Man. Thank you so much for tuning in. Great to have you here. Would the superior US Mobile app outweigh the benefits of the Visible plan? The Visible app /support isn't as good, and I wonder if I should switch. APC Man, I do think that is a little personal preference. I mean, the Visible app, it's fine. It's functional, gets the job done. You can go in there and you can manage your settings. You can turn features on and off. You're not really using the app that much. I mean, candidly, I'm curious, how often do you guys use the app? I basically never use the app. Like the only time I use the US Mobile app is when I do these streams on Monday and I'm like, oh, let's check my average data use. And I go into the US Mobile app and all right, let's see if I can sign in quickly here. Yeah, I go in and I'm like, what was my average data use? And then I show you guys. And that's how I use the app at tops once a week. But the truth is, like if your phone is working, there's no reason to check any of it, right? Unless you're curious on the stats or whatever. And sometimes I do love the stats. So we'll take a peek. All right, tuned in. Yeah, I can just go to my line, usage metrics, and then my usage is down, you guys. It's now at 5.9 gigabytes. Where is that? Focus. Awesome job, Logitech. Well, there you go. I do think US Mobile, I mean, APC Man, to your credit, US Mobile has a better app, but I don't think that's a reason to switch. I think Visible has better plans for the Verizon network, unless you're a low data user. I would say if you're a low data user, then you could switch. But otherwise, Visible is just so good. I mean, here, we can do a quick comparison for you. Take a look. Curious, yeah, what the chat thinks. Bill Castle saying the Mint app is pretty good. Yeah, Mint app is really good. 718 V Swan says the US Mobile app is horrible. Yeah, I respect it. I respect it. Also, we got to welcome Joey. He made it to the live stream. Well, I guess he wasn't on time, but Joey, you're here. That's fine. That's what counts. That is what counts. All right. Also, thank you, Tech Look. All spare chain goes to this channel. Thank you. Appreciate it. And that directly goes into cell phone plans. All right, APC man, we're back. I'm going to say, do a quick comparison here. So US Mobile versus Visible. This is what's like a lot of people are wondering this. Which one should you choose? And I don't think the app is necessarily how I would decide. So if I'm in your shoes, data unlimited, I mean, let's just go carrier and filter these immediately. Boom. And they're all sponsored. So we'll scroll down. I mean, taking a look, AT&T network, right? If you want AT&T coverage, go US Mobile all day, every day. If you want Verizon coverage, that's where I think it gets a little bit more nuanced, right? So let's take Visible Base versus US Mobile Unlimited Starter. So I went with Unlimited Starter personally. And the reason is because I know I use less than 35 gigs. As we just saw, I use 5.9 gigs. And so this is plenty. And the key difference here is US Mobile comes with priority data. Visible is deprioritized. I do feel having priority data makes a difference on Verizon. It gives you the same network experience as a Verizon postpaid customer. You're prioritized on the network. I think that helps out, especially during times of congestion. And then hotspot wise, I mean, unlimited hotspot at 5 megabits per second is excellent. US Mobile, you get 10 gigs of hotspot. This has been fine for my needs. However, I do think Visible, if you're a heavy hotspot user, go with Visible Base instead. And then US Mobile has a little bit better video streaming, which is nice for helping like YouTube and some other apps load a little bit faster. And then both offer watch add-ons if you're interested, and then some decent international features. But for me, like, I wanted to get the priority data, and it's about the same price. So this is the annual version. Both are like $23 a month. I think US Mobile is $22.50 a month with their annual option, but both excellent. And if you were to upgrade, then they're both $25. So here's the $25 US Mobile one. Here's Visible Base. And then, yeah, I mean, if you want AT&T coverage, just go US Mobile all day, every day. In terms of the mid-tier plans, I mean, we got Visible Plus Annual. This is where Visible rocks. I think this is one of the best value Verizon plans out there. $31 a month, taxes and fees included. It's unlimited priority now, unlimited hotspot at 10 megabits per second, and 1080p video streaming. Just such a great value plan. Now, if you were to go with US Mobile, it's superb on the AT&T network, Darkstar. That's going to give you the unlimited priority, the 200 gigs of hotspot, which is that tiered 100 gigs fast, 100 gigs, 8 megabits per second, and then unlimited at 600 kilobits per second. And then 4K streaming, which is better than the Visible Plus annual plan. But again, AT&T coverage. If you wanted Verizon coverage, that's going to be here. And all of a sudden, you're looking at 100 gigs of high speed, which is priority, and then 50 gigs hotspot. And this is a good plan, but Visible is going to be more affordable. It's giving you more priority data and more hotspot data, and really good video streaming. I think better video. Yeah, 720p versus 1080p, so better video streaming. And so that's where I would definitely consider Visible Plus. And same with the month-to-month, 35 a month for Visible Plus versus 44 a month for US Mobile's equivalent. And I mean, then Visible Plus Pro Annual, superb value, and same with just the monthly option. So I think, yeah, if you want Verizon coverage, I do think Visible is probably a little bit better, unless you're a lighter user and then you want like the 2 gig plan or the 5 gig plan, then, then US Mobile's your pick. Otherwise, I think, yeah, Visible's awesome. And you just want your phone to work. And Visible, they support all the features. You get RCS, you get group chats. I mean, you get everything. It's a really, it just works. It just works. So I wouldn't be scared away by customer service. I think, honestly, after trying Trump Mobile, I think Visible's customer service is way better than I initially thought. And once you get set up and active, I mean, you're up and running, and you don't really need support. So that's what I would say. What else we got? Joey, do you think US Mobile or Visible will have payment cards? Joey, I don't think so. I don't think they're going to offer those prepaid cards. I think the service is already so affordable, and a potential easy workaround, or I guess a potential workaround, is just buying prepaid like Visa, MasterCards or whatever. And that could potentially work for that. Yeah, we got Jason's Adventures on US Mobile Starter on Verizon. It's great. It's affordable. Gives you that priority data. I think that's really good. We have moving to Lancaster, PA, real estate, and more. How does anything beat Straight Talk? I think a lot of things beat Straight Talk. I don't think Straight Talk's plans are necessarily as competitive as they once were. I will pull them up, and then it looks like we got another super chat in from Link. Link, we'll get to you in just 1 second. Let's answer moving to Lancaster, PA. Asking about Straight Talk. I mean, let's just settle this. Let's add in Straight Talk to the mix. Here they are, Straight Talk. And we're still looking at the unlimited plans. Yep. So that should be good. And let's scroll down. So already, when we're looking at the plans, most affordable options are going to be US Mobile and Visible right off the bat. And then we have Straight Talk, Straight Savings. And I mean, Visible Base is already way better. So it's going to be $25 plus tax, I believe, versus $25 tax included. Deprioritized, both deprioritized. No hotspot versus 5 megabits per second hotspot. And I would assume 480p video here and then 480p video here, which is the same. And then you have way better international support on Visible. And so like no watch support, and then pay per minute international calls, and then free international calling to 6 countries, and just way better international support. And then, I mean, US Mobile, you're not going to get that truly unlimited data, but 70 gigs on AT&T is outstanding. And then 35 gigs on T-Mobile is pretty good. And then honestly, 35 gigs on Verizon with priority is pretty good. So that's one of them. We have Straight Talk Silver. This is the annual plan. As I understood it, it was deprioritized. Forgive me if this is mistaken, but deprioritized, 10 gigs of hotspot. And you're like, okay, well, I can just go with, honestly, just the month-to-month Visible Plus plan, and that's unlimited priority and unlimited hotspot at 10 megabits per second. And it's going to have better video streaming. I mean, let's just assume Straight Talk is 480p. Boom, 1080p. Awesome. And kind of similar story with the Silver 6-month and 3-month. And then we have Silver Unlimited. Yeah, okay. Straight Talk Gold. I mean, yeah, $55 a month. You can just go with Visible Plus Pro, all right? And you're getting the same unlimited priority. Hotspot, 30 gigs of high-speed hotspot on Straight Talk, but unlimited hotspot at 15 megabits per second. I think Visible Plus Pro, it's going to be better than Straight Talk Gold. And then international support, way better on Visible versus on Straight Talk. And then, I mean, even the Platinum Unlimited, you get free international calling. That, maybe that's a perk, but you get 500 minutes of free international calls to 85 countries on Visible Plus Pro. So, yeah, moving to Lancaster, PA, I'm not going to say Straight Talk's a bad plan. I do feel that Visible is going to give you a better value for your money, more features for a lower price. And I do think the app and overall experience on Visible is really good. So I haven't tried Straight Talk recently, but I think Visible is a little bit more polished right now. All right, we got some super chats in here. So thank you to everyone. Link, you're back. Thank you so much for your generosity and support. Thank you so much. I have struggled to decide if I stay with T-Mobile. 2 lines use 20 gigabytes or more. I like data priority 2. 230 is base plan. I also EIP for $100 a month and Netflix Premium. Interesting. So if 2 lines, right? So only 2 lines are using over 20 gigs. I mean, Link, you want to go crazy? I think the craziest thing you could do is mix and match on US Mobile. And let's see if we can do this out for you. So we'll throw in, what is it going to be? It's going to be 4 lines, right? So let's throw in the tablet line here. Let's do a shared data plan, 4 lines. And let's say you're going to need maybe 50 gigs of shared data per month. So this is going to be for 4 lines. The lighter user usage lines. Each line can choose in this scenario AT&T, T-Mobile, or Verizon for coverage. If you activate on the Verizon network with a 5G phone, you're getting priority data. So it's 50 gigs shared between 4 lines. That leaves 2 lines that are using 20 gigs a month or more. And I mean, you could, boom, US Mobile Unlimited Starter. Let's pull up the full details here. I think it should be on this page. Let's just find the month to month. Yeah, here we go. Boom. I'm assuming if they're using over 20 gigs, 35 gigs is, over 1.5 times that, and I'd like to think would be enough. If it's not enough, then you might consider a visible line or whatever. But US Mobile Unlimited starter, 35 gigs, priority on Verizon, 10 gigs of hotspot, $25. You get 2 lines on this. You're looking at basically 154 a month total, and that's the combination of the pooled plan, that shared data plan for 4 of the lines, and then those 2 heavy hitter lines. You just throw them on US Mobile Unlimited starter. And I will say, if you like T-Mobile coverage, it is deprioritized on the T-Mobile network, but I really don't think that is going to matter. I don't think you're going to notice a difference. I think T-Mobile is just so fast. Like, it either works and it works really well, or it doesn't work at all, regardless of whether or not you have priority. That's my hot take, and I'd love to put some metrics and some numbers and some tests behind that. But that's what I would consider. That's what I would consider. And if you do like doing the device financing, I'm going to be honest. I think it is a little tricky to do that another way. If you're an iPhone user, maybe you can get away with using the Apple Card. And if you're a Samsung or Google Pixel user, you might be able to do financing through them. Just not 100% sure on that. So I'd consider, buying your phones unlocked at full price, but kind of up to you what you want to do there. And Netflix Premium, yeah, just buy that on the side. I think you could still save money. Like, it might take a little bit of effort. Like, I wish I could give you the full analysis and spreadsheet breakdown here, but I do think if you switched, you'd probably save yourself some money. And I guess the other thing, this might seem weird to recommend, but AT&T is actually quite affordable for what you get. So I'll do one more comparison for you. We're just going to throw in, AT&T. And the reason I like AT&T is you can be on their, it's because I'm zoomed in. Sorry about that, guys. You can be on their most affordable plan and still be eligible for the best device trade-in deals. And it's, so if we toggle tax and fees on, and if we do I need to update this. It's a financed iPhone 16 now. If we throw that on and we scroll down and we find AT&T, I did check it. Yeah, there's Value Plus. Here we go. Unlimited starter. Is that 5 lines or no? Yeah, this is 1 line. So let's do 5 lines. And then just because how these things work, we have to toggle them again to see the full breakdown. And when you look at the finance device cost, that's where the US Mobile lines, I mean, you're adding what, $15 a line a month. I mean, I guess you'd be at $330 a month with based on what I'm understanding here. So these still would save you a substantial amount. And if we find AT&T, yeah. So AT&T unlimited starter would be $185. All right. And this is, I guess you'd have to add another $20 for a tablet in there, but it'd still be $205, maybe $210 a month for everything. And then Netflix. I mean, that's the thing though. Well, I think this actually would. Like, I think this would be cheaper than what you have now, solely based on the device, because this is with the phone and tax included for 5 lines. And with T-Mobile Magenta Max, you wouldn't get the device included because you're only getting like $300 tops of trading credit. And so with AT&T, you'd get $800 of trading credit. Multiply that by 5 lines. What's that? $500 extra you're getting with AT&T times 5 lines, and $2,500 in savings, basically, just on the device. Someone should really double check that, but hopefully that helps. I mean, definitely some food for thought. If I'm in your shoes, I'd go hard and try and save as much money as possible with US Mobile, or Visible or Total. But yeah, hopefully that is helpful. Definitely, check it out. Maybe run a couple scenarios, see what full cost projections are looking like. And yeah, here we go. Earth. How are you able to do hundreds of tests without being banned? I'm afraid of doing all these tests with US Mobile. Just want to map out my area. Yeah, Earth, my secret is that I do not do tests on US Mobile. And that's because they updated their terms of use, right? Their policy there. And I don't really use my primary line for running speed tests. What I do is I have, what you can't see is like a fleet of phones over there I guess I can show a couple, right? So I'll get one phone on each network. I actually showed these off before. It was kind of cool. I'm just like, can I grab them? Yeah, I'm gonna grab them. Earth, this is for you. This is for you. Here's the secret: is you just get your 3 iPhone 16s, one for each network. You got your AT&T phone, your T-Mobile phone, and your Verizon phone, and you use these for speed testing on the postpaid carriers, and then you keep your personal line separate, and that's going to solve all your problems. So I would definitely look into that. Which I realize, like, that is ridiculous. No one's going to do that, but definitely that's how I do it. And I use the postpaid plans for speed testing. I would say the best plans for speed testing: Visible. For my testing, you can use 450 gigs before there might be a speed cap, and they might slow your speeds. So you could look into that. T-Mobile network, Mint. I bought the annual plan. I think it's still on sale, which is unreal. Maybe I should make a video about this. But if you check out the Mint plan, no thanks. 12 months, yeah. I got this for $25, but it's currently on sale for $20 a month. I think probably one of the best deals I've ever seen. And I've used, no joke, I think over 700 gigs on the Mint plan. Just have to figure out like what phone I have that line on. Nope, it's not this one. One sec. All right, yeah, we got it on the Pixel here. Are you ready to see? I mean, this is going to be outrageous because, yeah, you drive and T-Mobile's really fast, and then you just use a bunch of data. Loading up one sec. Sorry, it loaded and then I refreshed again. Yeah, here we go. So this is the Mint line. Let me like showing you in like the smallest screen possible. Here we go. Full screen this. If you're on Mint, so this is my Mint line. I've used 270 gigabytes. I think 1 month I used over 600 gigs. No slowdowns, nothing to worry about. Just works. So Mint, super affordable, unlimited data plan on the T-Mobile network. Awesome experience. I mean, we're just talking about apps. I mean, this is a really fabulous app. You don't get the data usage history and analytics that I really like from US Mobile, but to Mint Mobile's credit, they do email you. And in the email, they say, hey, you use this much this month, this much this month, and this much on your third month. Here's your average usage. Like, are you on the right plan, or should you switch to a different Mint plan? So yeah, Earth. That's Mint for T-Mobile, Visible for Verizon, and then AT&T. There's like no good AT&T, like Cricket, maybe do the Cricket plan. I have a postpaid AT&T account, and I'm not happy about it, but I have it. Snark Mark, I regularly use 600 to 700 gigs a month with US Mobile Darkstar Premium with multi-network add-on. Will they kick you off? I guess you're fine. Like, until you're kicked, you're fine, right? Like, I guess, like, be aware of the terms, perhaps. And the only reason like this comes up is if you go to US Mobile's terms of service here. Let me pull that up for you. I think it's just under terms. Yeah, here we go. Boom. And let's just do speed test. Here we go. So, however, all usage remains subject to our acceptable use policy, and excessive or abusive usage that negatively impacts network performance, including repeated or excessive speed tests, may result in throttling, capping, or termination of service at our discretion. So is entirely within their right to terminate your service based on excessive speed testing as put forth in their acceptable use policy here, their terms of service. And so, you're probably fine. The occasional speed test here and there is probably fine, but it may not be the optimal plan for driving and then running 500 recurring tests, as someone might do if you're mapping cell coverage. So hopefully that is helpful for clarity there, Snark Mark. But I mean, if you're doing that and they're not bothered by it, I'd say you're fine, right? Like, it seems like you're doing all right. All right, Travis. Stetson, please don't be upset, but lots of people are asking about Helium Mobile again. I told them that they refused to accept Stetson coin as payment, but they ain't listening. Yeah, Travis, that is true. They are not accepting Stetson coin. I think they prefer USD. That is generally the currency that's most preferred by cell phone providers at this point. So, could be good to try them out. I mean, Helium is rocking some good plans, and I actually like they pivoted their service quite a bit, and um, I'm kind of a fan. So I really want mobile network. Here we go. Nope, that's sorry. I'm like trying to find. It's Helium Mobile is what I want. That's what I want. I'm just looking at the Google search page now, and it was like helium canisters. So what is helium, right? Helium is this idea where you can kind of crowdsource build a network. And so what they did is they have 3 plans. We'll quickly go through the plans. So see our plans. 3 simple plans. Zero. This is their free plan. This is where if you sign up, you are mapping with the Helium mobile app, and they're using the rewards you generate to cover the cost of the plan. 3 gigs free with 100 minutes and 300 texts. Honestly, superb value. Can't beat free. Air, really good value plan. $15 a month for 10 gigs, unlimited texts and calls. They say perfect plan for 85% of Americans. Totally believe that. And then I think you can like lower this and or get rewards with their Helium rewards system. And then Infinity kicks things up. It's going to be 36 gigs of high-speed data for $30 a month. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think this one is worth it. And the reason is because you can hop over to Mint Mobile. So Helium, they have their own Helium network. And then they also have a roaming agreement with T-Mobile. So the primary network is going to be the T-Mobile network. And then you're going to connect to the Helium hotspots when you're in areas that have them. And I don't think this one's worth it because, I mean, it's $30 a month. And then you pop over to Mint Mobile and it's like, okay, this is going to be $20 a month. It is an annual plan, so you're $240 up front, but you're getting unlimited high-speed data, 10 gigs of hotspot, and I think this is just going to be a better value. But if you're a lighter usage, I mean, props to Helium. And then I think if I just put in Helium on the air, what they're doing is they're creating these hotspots. And so this is like you go to a coffee shop has Wi-Fi, and they plug in one of these hotspots to their Wi-Fi network, and it basically broadcasts its own Wi-Fi network that Helium customers, and also I think AT&T and T-Mobile, like anyone who's partnered with Helium and you have a phone with the Wi-Fi profile installed, your phone will automatically connect to this and use it as if it's like a cellular connection. So everything will work, talk will work, text will work, data will work. Super easy, super seamless. Before they were trying to use CBRS, and that was a disaster. I think it was the public band 48, just like very, very challenging. And so now they're doing the Wi-Fi hotspot thing, and really cool idea. I like it. I'm excited for them, and I think really good plans that are very affordable in that low price range. And then no Stetson coin. Trying to think. Yeah, so they have this thing, I guess, Cloud Points, and Cloud Points lets you redeem points for, it looks like, Airbnb, Uber, Lyft, Amazon, Nike, Lego, whatever, a bunch of brands, and that's kind of their shtick. Use your service, you get rewards, and you're like, well, what are they tracking, right? What is it? world.helium.com. Let's see if that works. Yeah, so like, why do they want to know your location? Like, why would they track that? Well, what they're doing is they're trying to incentivize people to go out and build the hotspot devices. And so this is the map of the hotspots. So hotspots, expansion zones, observed demand. Yeah, so this is like when more and more Helium customers go into these hexagons, it increases the darkness in shade of the hexagon. And this is letting the community know, hey, a lot of people go here, throw up a hotspot device, you'll offload network traffic from T-Mobile onto your hotspot, and then start earning rewards for that. And that's kind of the idea. That's what they were thinking. So, and yeah, that was kind of a long-winded answer to Travis's comment there, but they don't accept Stetson coin. No, sorry about that. And if you do see Stetson coin, that's not me. That's made up. Don't buy that. We're whatever you can do with it, don't get it. All right. I'm going to say, Braid Dennis, thank you so much for your generosity and support. Best price, truly standalone tablet plan. Looking for unlimited, no priority, but a decent fixed data allowance is fine. Thanks. All right. Well, I do have a page for this on my website. So this could be the perfect time to pull it up and see what's kicking over there. It's going to be a little out of date because someone hasn't updated it, but it looks like Tello will work. Pretty much all Tello plans will work in a tablet. So that is something to consider. Verizon, sadly, I factored in you have a Verizon line. So we'll have to take a look at those separately. Let's do coverage, carrier, compatible devices, tablet. So look at Tello, US Mobile Unlimited Starter, I think will work in a tablet. That could be a really good option. It's not truly unlimited though. Verizon Prepaid, Pure Talk, US Mobile Unlimited Premium. I don't know if they will let their Darkstar work in a tablet, but that could be awesome. Yeah, I'm just not seeing truly unlimited here. Let's go through a couple of the carriers. So like what comes to mind is going to be Total Wireless. Oh, let's see what they've got for their standalone tablet plan. So we're looking at $50 or $60 a month from Total Wireless. I think that's going to be way cheaper than Verizon. Unlimited for your tablet. Yeah, tablet alone, first line on the account is $90. That is insane. Tablet line, first line on the account is $80. All right, so throw Verizon out. Go with Total all day, every day. Let's do Cricket tablet plan. All right, Cricket Simply tablet plan. That sounds affordable. Okay. Oh man, this says can be added to a smartphone unlimited plan. Let's check. Let's see if we get any other details. So plans, smartwatch, bring your own phone, add-on features. They don't do a very good job advertising their tablet plan. I mean, if you can use these in a tablet, the 100 gigs for $55, not bad. Not bad. I think Total's looking pretty good. Let's see Metro. See what's cooking over here. Okay. And so this says add it to your existing Metro account. So I'm afraid these are all only for existing customers. So 20, 25, 30. Yeah. I mean, based on this preliminary research, I'm curious if the chat has any suggestions too. Interesting. Henry's saying I was looking into tablet plans, ended up going with a phone plan with good hotspot. So that could be visible. I mean, that's actually a really good point. So, right, Bradeness, if you consider, so we could do, or I guess you could do 50 or $60 a month for a standalone tablet plan from Total Wireless. All right. This is going to be, so let's do this one, $50 a month, unlimited data for your tablet. Or, right, you can hit up Visible, and it looks like they just ended their $5 off discount, but you could grab the Visible Plus plan. Instead of $50, you're now looking at $35 a month, and you get unlimited hotspot data at 10 megabits per second here. So unlimited data for your tablet at 10 megabits per second, and you save quite a bit of money per month. So it might be worth considering that. That could really be something to consider. So I hope that's helpful in some capacity. Let me know if you have any follow-up questions there. And Henry, thank you for the suggestion again. Kev, GF. Hi Stetson, what's your reaction to Trump and AT&T today? That's a great question. So if you missed it, Trump had a really funny tweet where he was saying none of AT&T's equipment works. They were, I guess, trying to do a call, and they were experiencing problems, which happens. My take, I mean, I think everyone's take on the different networks is probably biased based on their location. And in my location, it turns out AT&T is one of the slower providers. To their credit, they do have pretty good coverage in the mountains, but just around town when you need them, I find the service is slow. It doesn't really work, and it's annoying. So I would love to see them improve. That said, they are phenomenal in other areas. I know Pittsburgh is just an incredible market for AT&T. Um, and yeah, I mean, building a cellular network is hard, and there are definitely a bunch of challenges. I think AT&T specifically, they got really into carrier aggregation. And if you don't know what that means, that's basically where you have different spectrum licenses, and it's like for a slice of spectrum, and they can be spread apart. And what AT&T does is they add those chunks together to give you one sort of bigger spectrum slice that can transmit data at faster speeds. That's a very simplified explanation that may be somewhat incorrect, so I apologize for that. But the general idea is, yeah, you have different slices, and then you add them together, and you get one big chunk. And that's a challenge. And it would definitely be easier, I think, from a technological perspective to, instead of having different slices, just give the carriers one giant contiguous slice. I mean, that's really the value of getting that contiguous spectrum is it's all there, it's all together. You don't need to carrier aggregate, much easier to use and leverage for speeds. So, I mean, to AT&T's credit, they've really overcome some huge challenges, and building a network is hard. But I got to laugh out of seeing the criticism. Not going to lie, Kev. Not going to lie. Just reading the comments now. We got an easy one, I think. Jay, Stetson, 32 a month per line on Magenta Max, worth it? Jay, I'm going to say yes. So like you could save money with Mint, right? Sorry, I got to pull this up. Boom. You could save money right now, at least with the limited time offer. But the truth is, Jay, like if this were a normal price, it'd be probably about the same as Magenta Max after tax. And like you're not going to get a better deal than what you have. $32 per line per month for Magenta Max. I would say stick, 100% worth it, super good value. And then for like optimizing your phone trade-in deals, consider buying it from Apple or from Samsung or from Google at full price, or doing the trade-ins just with the manufacturers directly. That's what you probably want to do for that. We got another super chat. The ambitious Minnesotan. Hopefully I said that right. Like it came out and I was like, Minnesotan. Thank you so much for your generosity and support. I currently have Mint Mobile Unlimited, 35 gigs high-speed data. Turns out that has been upgraded. You now have truly unlimited high-speed data on the Mint Unlimited plan. Would it be worth it to switch to US Mobile's Unlimited Starter plan? I pay annually $360 with Mint and use about 25 to 30 gigs a month. Ooh, that's a fabulous question. Let me think about this. Let's pull these up on the site and see what we got cooking. So 1 line, let's get rid of 5 lines. Let's actually reset this and then pop in regular price, new customer, 1 line, and then carrier. So it's going to be Mint. Where is it? Passed it. Sorry about that. Mint. And then US Mobile. I think it's probably worth it to switch to US Mobile. And then probably the unlimited plans. So if you were to stick, and we'll do the taxes and fees got, oh, here we go. Yeah, it's totally messed up. Sorry about that. Let's do Mint Unlimited Annual, add to compare, US Mobile Unlimited Starter. We'll say Unlimited Starter Light Speed is what we're looking for. Here we go. Add to compare. Compare plans now. I think it's worth it because you would drop from $30 a month to $25 a month, taxes and fees included, and that's probably $7 a month in savings. And that is $84 a year for basically a plan that still meets your needs and a fabulous application. Yeah, the ambitious Minnesotan. I'd probably do it. All right, these are loading in now. You can see them taunting us, teasing us from behind the loading. All right, here we go. So truly unlimited. You don't really need truly unlimited, as you mentioned. 35 gigs is going to be plenty. So that's perfect. You get unlimited at 1 megabit per second, which is honestly usable. It's not perfect, but if you only hit this for like 2 or 3 days out of your month, totally fine. Both are deprioritized, so no difference in speeds. 10 gigs of hotspot, same hotspot amount. You're actually getting better video streaming quality on US Mobile. And then international features, I would argue US Mobile is a bit better. Just in terms of international calling and the flexibility for roaming if you want it. So I did accidentally pick the annual plan. But if you're paying, all right, here's the thing. If you're paying annually with Mint and you want to pay annually for US Mobile, like you're okay with that, knocks your bill. I think it's actually $22.50 a month. That would save you closer to $10 a month. And that's easily over $100 a year. Yeah. So the ambitious Minnesotan, I think the answer is yes. I would 100% do it. I don't think you're missing any features. US Mobile is still going to give you RCS, group and picture messaging, visual voicemail. All of those are working fine. So I would do it. I think that's definitely a big move. Oof, Omar, this is one of the challenging questions. Hi, Stetson, big fan. I'm planning to travel overseas, Pakistan. Could you please recommend a plan on which I can get the bank account two-factor authentication codes during my stay? Omar, that is a fabulous question. It kind of depends, I think, on who you have now. What comes to my mind immediately, it's weird. A lot of people think Google Fi, best international plan. Google Fi is going to be great. It's going to be expensive. I would definitely consider US Mobile for this. And the reason I suggest US Mobile is just because of how good their international support is. So if we go over to features and we go to international data, they include international roaming on a bunch of their plans. And Omar, kind of depends how much data you need. I'm assuming if you're going abroad, you're probably not going to need any data here in the United States. So you can go for a very affordable plan. If you just need international to get those texts, you could consider US Mobile's unlimited starter plan. Now, to clarify this, the annual version includes the roaming for free. If you do not have the annual version and you opt for the monthly version, $25 a month, then it's $15 for the international roaming add-on that you see here. And so it'd be 25, 30, $40 basically. Not a bad deal. Not a bad deal. Giving you 1 gig, 200 minutes, 250 texts should be perfect for your needs. If you spent $4 extra, you would be bumped up to unlimited premium, right? And that would include, the monthly version would include the roaming. And you're getting between 10 to 20 gigs if you're on Darkstar, 10 gigs on Lightspeed. I would definitely consider Lightspeed just because it supports the most countries, but we'll double check for you. And then Warp, same thing. And then, yeah, they kind of break down the pricing for the add-ons here. So I think US Mobile could be a really, really good option. And let's just find out. So Lightspeed, you're going to Pakistan. And that's going to be included. Unlimited premium, you'd get 10 gigs, 200 minutes, 250 texts. And then annual, again, that annual unlimited starter, or if you were just to buy that $15 add-on, 1 gig, 200 minutes, 250 texts. So that could be a really, really great option for you. If we were to look at Google Fi, instead of, spelled Google Fi incorrectly, instead of the $40 to $45 a month, you would actually want to jump up to the unlimited premium plan because this is the only plan that supports the full international roaming. And that's going to be $65 plus tax, probably looking at $72 a month. So really some big savings with US Mobile. And I think other plans will do international data roaming on like pay-per-use basis. I think US Mobile is going to be the most flexible is what I would suggest. So I hope that is helpful. I think US Mobile, either consider the unlimited starter or the unlimited premium, kind of depending on what you need here in the US and what you want internationally. And that would hopefully be a good setup for you. And yeah, I know I'm just I think this is a reason to stick with US Mobile for me. I mean, just being able to get the international text while abroad can potentially come in handy. What else we got cooking in the chat? Jordan, thank you so much for your generosity and support. I appreciate it. Jordan says, I have a test phone that I use for trying out mobile networks currently on US Mobile Starter Darkstar, switching to a free T-Mobile trial after this. Do you have any other suggestions to try instead? Main phone is Verizon. I mean, right, there's only 3 networks, Jordan. I have 4 networks if you include Dish. So you could do, I mean, you're on Verizon, so there's no advantage, I guess, to trying that because you're already on it, unless you want to test out maybe a different mobile application or experience that way. AT&T, they do have a free trial, I think, through Cricket, but US Mobile is probably going to be the best option overall for a paid plan. And then the T-Mobile trial is just so good. It's just like truly unlimited. I think it's like 90 days now. It's outrageous. It is outrageous. I think they just know. Wow. The website says 3 months. Test drive T-Mobile. And yeah, right here. Free for 3 months. Guys, this is why you want an unlocked phone. Because you can just take advantage of this, test it out, boom. Be rocking dual SIM, like main line on AT&T, second free line on T-Mobile. So good. So good. So Jordan, I wish I had like an amazing thing for you to try out, but I do think T-Mobile for free is going to be hard to beat. I mean, if you were interested, you could potentially do the Helium free plan, right? Because hard to beat free with that. What else? What else would you say? Just seeing if anyone else had comments on this. Yeah. I think Jordan, I think you've got an awesome plan. Awesome setup, awesome plan. I don't know what else to say. Like, what are you looking to try? I guess like network wise, Boost. I think Boost had a pretty good deal. If you live in an area with native Boost mobile coverage, I think it's fun to test out their network because no one is on it. It's like crickets. All the spectrum is yours. You can get fast speeds. It's really cool. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like they're doling out unlimited lines. You don't really need that. Oh, here we go. Unlimited $15 a month for your first 3 months and then $25 a month after. Yeah, this could be a great option, Jordan. If your secondary phone is compatible with Boost Mobile and you live in an area with native Boost coverage, I think it's fun to test out their network. That's what I would say. And $15 is a really good deal. Now you might be wondering, like, how do I tell if I'm in an area with native Boost coverage? You can just head on over to coverage map. And what you want to go to is actually the Dish coverage map. And so see all maps. Here we go, Dish. So Dish Wireless is the native coverage map that they built. And this is what this is where the coverage is. And you can kind of see. So like I'm in Colorado. They have built out all over Denver and a lot of the other cities north and south of it. And so when I signed up, I was put on the native network. Super fun to go and check out. And you can just like search for your address or whatever in the search box. So that is what I would suggest as a option to consider. And I hope that's helpful. What else we got cooking here? Augustine, thank you so much for your generosity and support. I appreciate it. Did you say in your last live that total wireless $25 for priority data is uncapped? Please elaborate. Yeah. So uncapped, I guess, in the sense that it will never slow you down based on how much data you use. So if we just go to all plans, I guess they don't really do a good job. Well, maybe they do here. So it's the total 5G or total 5G plus. Both are superb. The $25 one is going to be the total 5G unlimited. And they offer a 50% off promo. I'll show that in a sec. Actually, let's find it now. Total 50% off. Here we go. 50% off when you switch. Boom. And so this is here, total 5G unlimited, $25 per line per month. I guess you'd only have one line. 12 times faster unlimited data that never slows you down. So, Augustine, no matter how much data you use on the total 5G unlimited plan, you're never going to get slowed down based on how much data you use. Like, you're always going to have high speed priority data on the Verizon network, which makes this such a good plan, such a good deal, such a good value. And then 15 gigs of high speed hotspot data. Really, really good. $200 off your next 5G phone after 12 months. Seems very reasonable to me. And then some pretty decent international options as well. And roaming in 15 countries. And Disney Plus Premium on us for 6 months. So really good value. And again, this is if you bring your own device. So you need to make sure that your phone is unlocked and then it's compatible with the Verizon network. And most phones should be compatible with Verizon these days. That's not really an issue anymore. So I hope that is helpful. It's a superb deal. I think this is the best. It's the best value in wireless. I think the biggest area that Total could improve is their online account management and mobile application. But if those are less important to you, which honestly they're, as I think about it, less and less important because once your service is working, you're not really using the app too much. But really, really good value is what I will say. So I hope that's helpful. What else we have cooking? Wait, FKK, I bought my phone through Fi, but have paid it off. Looking to switch to T-Mobile because their coverage is great. I'd be curious how come you're looking to switch from Google Fi to T-Mobile because the coverage is the same. Like both are using T-Mobile for coverage. So like if Google Fi is cheaper, why not stick with it? That's my take. Anthony, hey Stetson, I live in Florence, Arizona, where the service is hit and miss. We started with Cox Mobile and now on AT&T, and now on T-Mobile. Is AT&T even worth trying here? Well, Anthony, let's find out for you. Let's get to the root of this. So a really cool feature we built into coveragemap.com is the ability to search for any state, city, county, or zip code and check coverage. So you're in Florence, Arizona, and here we are, Florence, Arizona, in Pinal County. Based on the data we have, it's saying AT&T has the most coverage, 100% coverage versus 92.3 and 96.3. When we look at the speeds, sorry about that. When we look at the speeds, it is, wow, Verizon looks really slow in your area, 21.2 megabits per second versus T-Mobile. Looks like they rolled out their 5G ultra capacity network, ripping fast speeds, 247.1 megabits per second. And then AT&T, I'd say decent, 66.3 megabits per second. And then reliability, 8.9. Yeah, you know what? Given the coverage and how it sounds like the service is hit or miss in your area, it might be worth giving AT&T a try. Best way to do that is either going to be through a Cricket Wireless free trial, or it might be just through signing up for US Mobile and like doing a month on their plan or whatever. And that could be another good option. Also, I mean, Dish does have coverage there, which is, and really fast speeds. I mean, only 48.8% coverage. But the thing with Dish, or I guess like Boost Mobile, it'll use the native Dish network when available and then roam on pretty much AT&T. So that could be another option to consider as well. But yeah, I'd say it could be worth it. Let's just go to the map and see. I was in light mode. We'll pop this over to dark mode so it's a little bit easier on your eyes. And so there's a little bit more contrast, I think. And we'll throw this over to AT&T and let's just check it out. Florence, Arizona, United States. Boom. So here we are. I mean, AT&T definitely looks like it has pretty reasonable coverage in this area. This is 5G, so let's go to all. And you can see that coverage expands quite a bit. Good to see. Let's go ahead, T-Mobile. What are we looking at T-Mobile? It still seems pretty good. Looks like some gaps over there, this area. I mean, it looks like it's wilderness over here, so maybe less important. And potentially could be weaker in some of these roads going between some of these towns here. But overall seems decent. That's their LTE all Yeah, it still seems okay. And then Verizon, LTE, let's go to all. Yeah, it kind of looks like they do have some towers, I guess, in the town. And what I imagine is if you leave town, that's when it kind of gets spotty. But I mean, checking out AT&T all, it definitely seems like they seem to have a very strong presence in this area. So it might be worth testing out. And that's what I would definitely suggest. I mean, $20 to test out a wireless service, in my opinion, isn't that much. Especially when you just like sign up and then cancel it immediately or whatever. Sometimes it is kind of annoying to do that, but it's prepaid. So let's do plans, and you could do like a month of unlimited starter for 25 bucks, or maybe like 10 gigs for 20 bucks. That would probably give you some, a good handful of speed tests there to kind of see, is this service good for me? Or the Cricket free trial. I think you just need to download the app for this. Test drive Cricket for free, 14-day free trial. Now you just need to download the Cricket app and you can test out the AT&T network. As I'm saying this, it does, Anthony, it looks like it's only a 3 gig plan. So you could do this as a step. It may be worth spending a little bit of money just to get a plan with, this would come with 35 gigs. Actually, no, my mistake. If you're on AT&T, this comes with 70 gigs of high-speed data for 25 bucks. As that'd be absolutely perfect for testing everything out. So, yeah, could be awesome there. Sonic the Anonymous Hedgehog, can you please link to a documentation post from Boost indicating the higher data limits for the Dish wireless network? All right, this is what I've got. Reddit post, throw it in the chat if you're curious. So it was before 30 gigs on, 30 gigs, and then it was increased to 100 gigs, and it appears to be removed. Terms and conditions specifically state most customers connecting via Boost Mobile's own network or via certain other partner networks will not experience slower speeds after exceeding the allocated premium data. And then it seems like, people on the Dish network, the Dish Discord have already tested on both Dish Native and AT&T. There is no throttling at 30 gigabytes, only on T-Mobile. So it does seem like for a lot of customers, they are now able to go over that 100 gig allotment, that 30 gig allotment, and it should be truly unlimited on the Boost Native network. I've definitely experienced that because I've used a lot of data. The challenge is the Boost mobile app does not tell you native network usage versus roaming usage. So you have to kind of manually keep track. But yeah, this is the post. So hopefully that's helpful, Sonic. And makes it a much better value plan, in my opinion. Interesting. Nanad Patil, thank you so much for commenting. I am an incoming international student. Which plan should I opt for? Majority of the time, I would be in range of Wi-Fi. Want good connectivity in the New York region, also affordable. Nanand, great question. I would suggest, so my understanding is if you happen to have an international model phone, I think it's going to work best on the T-Mobile network. So right off the bat, you may consider a plan from a T-Mobile MVNO, a carrier that uses T-Mobile for coverage. You're not going to want to go with Mint Mobile because you're probably here for 3 months tops, maybe 3 to 6 months for a semester, right? And what's coming to my mind is going to be one of US Mobile's low-cost by the gig plans. I think this gives you a really good price and also flexibility to meet your needs. So if you check this out, what you may consider starting with is going to be the $15 5 gig plan. And this would work on the T-Mobile network. Unlimited talk and text. You can purchase extra data anytime you need it, $2 per gigabyte, which is pretty good. Hotspots included. You also do get international calling and texting. Doubt you'll need that because you have WhatsApp, but maybe that's a feature. And I think this is a really good place to start because you can do like 5 gigs for 15 bucks, great value. You can activate this on the T-Mobile network. So very likely it'll work with any international model phone if you happen to have one of those. And if you're on Wi-Fi most of the time, I don't think you're going to use that much data. I mean, right, I'm using 5.9 gigs a month, and I don't think like that's me going out and doing stuff. And so if you're on Wi-Fi, you might even be able to get away with like a 2 gig plan, depending on your usage. And what's really cool about US Mobile is with that dashboard that I showed you earlier. Here it is. Let me turn off night shift for you so it's a little less yellow. And yeah, with the dashboard, you're going to be able to monitor your data usage in near real time. And this could potentially help you figure out how much you're using, how much you're going to use, and just monitor if you're going to go over or not. So yeah, Nanand, I would definitely, hopefully I pronounced your name correctly, and forgive me if I did not. Two 2 gigs for $10. You will not find a better value plan than this at around the $10 price point, or possibly that $15 5 gig plan. Taxes and fees are included on both of those. I think that could be a really, really good option. You could consider a plan from Tello. It's going to be a little bit more expensive, I think, after taxes and fees. Still a great service, easy to use website. Not the best when it comes to the data analytics, but you can do here 5 gigs. This is saying $14, but you add tax. Maybe it's like $16.50 a month. Or again, 2 gigs, $10. Or if you don't need minutes, you do 100 minutes, 2 gigs, $7. That could be a really great option. Or 5 gigs, 100 minutes. This could be another really good option as well. So, and Tello is just using the T-Mobile network for coverage. So there you go. Could be really good. Sonic the Anonymous Hedgehog bringing him some good advice as well. So Helium Mobile Air could potentially be an option. That's going to be that sort of middle ground $15 plan we saw from Helium. Let's pull that up right now. Boom. So that's going to be the Air plan. Again, really good, $15, 10 gigs of data. So I guess, I mean, this is effectively double the data, because I was saying US Mobile 5 gigs for $15. And I think Sonic's right. If you're open to trying Helium, they're going to do 10 gigs for $15. So double the data. Should be plenty of data, I think, for most people. Really, really good value coverage on the T-Mobile network. And then I think someone mentioned Mobile X Unlimited 10. We'll pull that up. Mobile X, the mobile service as unique as you are. The Unlimited 10 plan, I wish their plans were like more clearly shown on their website. Here we go. This is pretty good. The Unlimited 10 plan, it's gonna be over $15. I think closer to probably $16.50 again. But let's call it $15 and then 10 gigs of high-speed data. And this is just going to be on the Verizon network. So really, really good system and pretty good value as well. So yeah, hopefully that is helpful and you can kind of pick a plan that works for you. I think T-Mobile will likely be great in New York. Verizon will likely be great in New York. And you can check those out. I can see you guys chatting. That's awesome. Sonic, thanks for chiming in there. Lily, I'm moving to Overland Park, Kansas, 66209. And I am looking for a good mobile coverage and possibly internet as well, hopefully, since the bundle might be cheaper. Lily, fantastic question. Let's see if we can help you out here. So first thing I'm going to do is check coverage for you, because we want to make sure you're getting on a network that has the best coverage in your area. So 66209. Let's actually do Overland Park, just because that might include a few other zip codes as well. So Overland Park, Kansas, boom. And immediately taking a look here, it looks like you're getting superb performance across all the carriers. AT&T, 100% coverage, like 100% coverage across the board, except for Dish, understandable. Fastest speeds on T-Mobile. But honestly, so these are median speeds, and the fact that the median on AT&T is 99.5 and the median on Verizon is 98.7 tells me that performance on all of these is going to be excellent. And Lily, honestly, the best option for you may simply come down to what internet providers are available at the address you're going to be moving to. And so I'll give you one example. That's going to be Xfinity Mobile. Xfinity Mobile, I think you can bundle mobile and internet. Let's see, pricing and other info. Wow. Okay, so I wish I could just tell you what this package includes right off the rip. But one example, Xfinity, you can bundle their internet and mobile service. Typically, you get savings with that. The regular pricing is also pretty good. So let's do Xfinity Mobile, and you're going to see their unlimited plans like reasonably priced. Okay, so yeah, they're saying get an unlimited 5G mobile line included for a year with your internet. So this could be a really great way to save on the mobile service if you're getting Xfinity for internet anyway. The plans are, wow, the websites that we're looking at really do a poor job. I don't want to go to my account. Outlining the plan pricing and details. Let's go back to my site, reset the selection here, reset the filters. Xfinity Mobile, let's cut through everything. So actually, I take it back. Pricing is a little bit more expensive. So Xfinity Mobile Unlimited, the more affordable one, $40 a month plus tax. So if you have, I guess if you have one line and you get this for free with your internet, that's basically a no-brainer. If you have multiple lines, it might be worth going with like US Mobile or Visible or Mobile X to separate it out and just, get a really affordable phone plan. Another example, I think, is going to be Cox Mobile. And not now. Sell data plans. Let's see what we got cooking. Wow. I really wish I could just see the bundle at a glance. So gig unlimited plus internet. 95. Pay as you go gig plus internet. Oh, I guess this is their plans in mobile. Mobile. All mobile plans. Where are the mobile plans? Wow, that's just so, I'm so sorry. Let's go back. Cox. Do I not have them? Maybe Spectrum. All right, I do have Spectrum. Boom. Spectrum, buy the gig, $30, and then $40. Yeah, so Lily, I think it kind of depends like what internet provider is available. If you're able to get on Cox Mobile, Spectrum Mobile, Xfinity, or Comcast or whatever, see if they offer phone service, see what the discount is. If you're getting Verizon Fios or AT&T, then you can get a discount on Fios from Visible and from other brands. But if you're getting Fios, I would definitely take a look at Visible. If you're getting AT&T, definitely take a look at, I guess you might be able to get a discount if you bundle AT&T, like a phone line in there. Yeah, Tommy is saying, boo Xfinity, long live AT&T fiber. I respect it. So kind of depends. I would say look at what your internet options are and then kind of base your phone selection based on that. But you can't go wrong getting a prepaid carrier. I mean, those are also really affordable. Tommy is saying I missed the super chat. Oh goodness, forgive me. All right, Bill Castle, thank you so much for your generosity and support and your patience for waiting. Let's get your question answered. Please check zip code 28376 for the download on T-Mobile. Is that correct? Let's go ahead and find out for you. So coverage search, and then 28376. And so we got North Carolina. Not tested, not tested. T-Mobile saying 488.1. That is crazy fast. Should we go to the map? All right, so we're going to go to the speed test map now. And same thing, 28376. North Carolina. Zooming in here. And it looks like a few data points on Verizon. Let's go ahead and switch this over to T-Mobile. And I think, yeah, it looks like there's a few data points. And the speeds are just so fast on the data that we have. That's how come the median is so high. And it honestly seems reasonable. Like, you're seeing these tests. Someone like kind of drove through the city. And you're getting over 1,000 down here, 994 down here. Just really, really good results, kind of in that area. So it makes sense. I think the median would be that fast. If we go over to the signal strength now, and we bop over to T-Mobile, you can see that it looks like they got a tower here and a tower here. So well covered, and we were seeing fast speeds. Yeah, Bill Castle. I think the results are accurate. I think T-Mobile likely has turned on their 5G ultra capacity network. They're getting really fast speeds. If we had more data, I would say the median would probably be more accurate for this area as a whole. But for the time being, it looks like 488.1. Very probable median download speed. So could be an awesome network to check out in that area. So I hope that's helpful. And again, thank you for your patience. Krakow is saying lived in New York for 20. I kind of like your user icon. It's like the Verizon check, but it's a K. Lived in New York for 24 years with Verizon, worked 5G, and had good performance. Yeah, Verizon is really good. I think a lot of the carriers are really good in New York. So definitely nice. Joey says, how do you get the Boost Mobile transfer pin and account number? Joey, I actually don't think I've made a video on that. I've made guides for all the other carriers. So if we go back to my website, this is something I try and do is like build out guides and resources for you. And if we put in transfer pin, boom, T-Mobile transfer pin, AT&T transfer pin, Verizon. Joey, this is a great point. I am missing Boost. The answer is, sadly, you do need to chat with Boost Mobile customer service, and you can do that just in the Boost Mobile app itself. That is the only way to get it. I wish it were easier. I would love, I don't know, the government to just make it, boom, customer has to be able to tap a button and get their port out information. But unfortunately, with some carriers, such as Boost Mobile, you do need to chat or call in, so you need to chat with them. Tommy says, hey, Stetson, how usable would an international service like Saley be for domestic use? Tommy, that is a fantastic question. I think that it might not be as usable as you'd like. I haven't tried it, so maybe I shouldn't say anything until I try it. I know a problem with international eSIMs is the latency, but that's only when you're abroad because all the traffic goes from the country you're visiting, it routes back to United States, and it goes back to you. And so that causes that high latency. But if you're in the United States already, then maybe the latency isn't a problem and you could potentially use it. So I'm not sure. Is it good? Let's see. Saley. I know I've seen ads for them. Let's throw it up on the screen. What do you guys think? Will we see anything good? We're traveling to the United States from $4. Okay. Boom. 5 gigs, 30 days, $14. That's actually not bad, right? So US Mobile is $15 for 5 gigs, but taxes and fees included. I'm assuming taxes and fees are extra here. 10 gigs for 30 days, 20, let's call it $23. This is not good, right? You can do Mobile X, get a better deal than this. You can do, what else were we just looking at that was 10 gigs for a really, Helium was 10 gigs for like $15. So that's not so good. And then, yeah, 20 gigs for $37. That's also not good. And then I like how they cut the unlimited to 15 days to make it seem more affordable. But yeah, that's ridiculous. Let's see, 30 days, $72. No, thank you. Like maybe the 3 gigs for 30 days, that's not bad. $9. US Mobile is 2 gigs for $10. So yeah, I'd say it's okay. I don't think it's really worth it though. I think if you're signing up for service in the United States, it's probably better to go with an actual MVNO at that point. So, all right, this is back to Boost Mobile. I think getting that port out information. Lachunli says, I work at Boost Mobile, and they're suggesting go to a store and ask the associate. customer service is going to ask a lot of questions. And that is true. That is true. All right, Christian, great to have you in the chat. Welcome. Hey, Stetson, love your videos. I'm thinking about switching to Visible from T-Mobile Magenta. What do you think? They're charging me $140 a month for 2 lines. Christian, I think 100%. I mean, you're going to be saving so much money right off the bat. And the T-Mobile Magenta phone trade-in deals are basically non-existent at this point. So with Visible, you're just going to save so much money. It's insane. Yeah, it's I would 100%, 110%, 100,000%. I would do this. I would do it. I would do it. If you opted for Visible Plus, great middle of the road plan, premium data, excellent hotspot. You're looking at $70 a month for 2 lines, immediately cutting your bill in half, and then 70 times 12, you would save $840 per year by making that transition. Only difference is you're going to Verizon coverage as opposed to T-Mobile coverage. So you may want to go ahead and consider checking coverage in your area or just doing that coverage search to see what network might be best there. And if you did want to stick with the T-Mobile network, I mean, then you could hop on the Mint Mobile deal. I guess we zoomed in a lot on this page, but where did that go? Yeah. The unlimited plan, excuse me, $20 a month or $240 up front. So good. That would also save you hundreds and hundreds of dollars. So I would go for it. I would go for it. Earl Vats says, how would you rate something like CircledIn? Great question. For those of you who may be unfamiliar, CircledIn is this website that basically allows families to, wow, I'm not sure how I feel about this website redesign. It's like way too flashy, kind of hard to understand, but it allows families who are paying for a postpaid plan to kind of offer a line on their plan for a discount. And so Verizon plans, instead of spending $80 a month for a single line, you join with a family and you get the discount already. And then you can, let's do explore plans, I guess. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Anyway, the idea is you make a family plan with strangers on the internet, effectively, right? And by joining a bunch of people together, you get the discounted price. This works really well. Let's see if my review is still up. CircledIn, here we go. I do rank for it. So I did a review on the platform back before they changed the website. So you could consider checking this out. I guess everything now is outdated. You can see what the website used to look like. This was just so much clearer to me. So much clearer. But anyway, I think it's reasonable. Would I trust this with my personal line? I'm not sure that I would right now. I think it's really nice, at least for me, to be able to have that control over where my personal line is, what network I switch to, things such as that. Being able to leave at a moment's notice, being able to do the phone financing deals if I want to. I think you might run into some challenges if you wanted to do the phone financing deals or whatever through CircledIn. And then you're relying on CircledIn to manage everything. So you're not getting that immediate response time. If you have a problem with your phone, you're not likely going to be put as a authenticated user or for maybe lack of a better term, admin on the account. And so if you go to a store, they may not be able to help you depending on what the issue is. So I think it can be a really excellent option to save money and give you a postpaid plan at a much better price. But honestly, like with Visible, I don't think it's worth it on the Verizon network. I would much rather pay for my own line on Visible than do a CircledIn group plan. So I would definitely look at that. On the T-Mobile network, I mean, if you need priority data or something, that is hard to beat. But I mean, Mint's a really good deal for a single line user. Metro's not a bad option. Yeah. It's I mean, okay, the Google Fi family pricing could be really good. I'm not gonna lie. That could be awesome. But Google Fi does their 50% off promo. So man, I wish the website had just like, I don't know, more contrast or something. So anyway, That's my take on that. Thank you for the comment, Arvav. No, I'm saying that wrong. Arav. Hopefully that is helpful. Joey S. Hey Stetson, when was the golden age of phone plans? Joey, I think we are living in the golden age right now. Although I do miss the uncarrier. Like when T-Mobile rolled out T-Mobile One, that was awesome. And then I loved the Magenta Max plans. I think it was fun having a color for a plan name, easy Magenta Max. And then T-Mobile's plan names, in my opinion, have just gone downhill. I mean, go 5G, go 5G plus. I'm just no, thank you. And then experience more and experience beyond. No, thank you. I miss it. I miss Magenta Max. Otherwise, I mean, era of prepaid plans right now. I mean, what US Mobile is doing with their stack, right? Like, check this out. This is the coolest. I'm gonna quickly sign in just off camera. So you don't see my very secure password. All right. 1 second. All right, password 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, did I say that out loud? Oops. You guys didn't hear that. I guess I'll have to change that later. No, I'm kidding. So check this out. What's really, really cool, and we haven't seen any other carrier do this ever. US Mobile dashboard, you go to like unlimited premium, and you can add a second network. Guys, that is so cool. Right now, this is on Darkstar, so the AT&T network. And let's say you want to dual wield Darkstar and Verizon. Boom, add a second network. You pay $10 a month, and you can access a second network with the tap of a button. Like that is so cool, and we have never seen that. So I think the golden age of prepaid plans is right now. Postpaid plans, I'm not sure what's going on in that space. D driver on Visible. Can you open multiple lines under one account? D driver, I'm so sorry to say, unfortunately, you cannot do that. Each line on Visible, I guess, each line needs its own separate Visible account. So a little annoying to set up if you have a family. And if you do have a family, that's where you may consider Total Wireless, because Total does have proper support for multiple lines. They do have a multi-line discount, and these prices are very comparable, if not better, than what Visible offers. And you can manage everything from one account. Visible, each line does require its own account. And once you have the account set up, you can, of course, share the credit card or the billing info between those accounts. But yeah, if you have a family, I think, and you want Verizon, I would say Total Wireless is a great option to consider. And then depending on your data needs, that's where you could look at US Mobile and do like a shared data plan or something such as that. Bananas, period. Hey, Stetson, I am curious. Does Tello data do rollover? Excuse me, I read that wrong. Does Tello do data rollover? I couldn't figure out on the site. Please and thank you whenever you have time. Bananas, period. The answer is yes, but you need to manually renew your Tello plan at least 1 day before it auto renews. I would just say do 1 day before, because if you do it too early, then you're losing days in there. But you have to manually renew your Tello plan 1 day before it is supposed to renew, and then any of your unused data will roll over to your next billing cycle. And you can do that for quite a while and just like stack data. So I've seen some people on Reddit, they love doing this. They've accumulated a huge amount of basically high-speed data from Tello, do the rollover, and it's awesome. What else we got cooking here? Joey is saying, hey, Stetson, I'm using the data swap shortcut you made with US Mobile Multi-Network. Joey, that is awesome. That is such an amazing setup. I absolutely love it. Liam says, would you rather go directly to a carrier like Verizon or T-Mobile, or a separate one like Visible Plus? Liam, I'm all about helping people save money on their cell phone bill. And in my opinion, I think the prepaid carriers such as Visible, US Mobile, Mint Mobile, Total Wireless, Mobile X, they are all helping you save money and giving you the same coverage that you're used to. So if you have 1, 2, or even 3 lines, 100%, I think sign up for one of those prepaid carriers. If you have 4 or more lines, that's where it may be worth going with one of the big carriers, especially if you like doing those phone financing deals. That's where you'll save money with the big carriers. An extra step forward. Stetson, I was a big fan of your Trump video. An extra step forward. I'm so happy you enjoyed. That video did really well. And I mean, a lot of people were wondering what happened to the phone number that I attempted to port over to Trump Mobile. It is currently still in limbo. I have reached out. I'm trying to work with Trump Mobile customer care. Haven't heard back, not going to lie, but trying to work with them and hopefully rescue that phone number. Steve M. I want to say thank you for helping me and my family save money. Recently switched to Visible from T-Mobile. Bill went from $130 to $80 if you add up our 3 separate plans compared to what we paid. That is insane, Steve. Absolutely insane. I'm gonna screenshot that. That's so good. I think I have screenshots from last time that were just absolutely bonkers with how much money people were saving. Like $50 a month, that's over $600 a year. Like that is so good. All right, saved. What else we got? Samantha, how do you get your port out info for US Mobile? Samantha, with US Mobile, you do need to chat. You do need to chat. Vartan, will you get the Trump One phone? Vartan, follow-up question. Will anyone get the Trump One phone? I'm doubtful. I will not personally be getting it. I don't think they need my money, and I don't really want that phone. And I already reviewed the service, or at least went over the activation process for the service, which I think is good enough. Gregory Records, Stetson, watch out what you say about Trump Mobile. I'd hate to see you disappear to El Salvador. Me too. That would be counterproductive for trying to help people save money on their cell phone service. I guess I would just, have to take the setup remote and see if I can get some internet, maybe get some Starlink in El Salvador, stream it up. Pack says, Stetson, I'm switching my mom and dad over from Verizon to US Mobile, saving like $1,000 a year. LOL. That is insane. That is insane. An extra step forward. Stetson, what was the cancellation process like for Trump Mobile? I have not tried to cancel yet. So I'm trying to, first I signed up. Then I realized I didn't get the phone number that I ported. So now I'm trying to rescue the phone number, and I'll have a follow-up video hopefully soon. And then once I have the phone number, like either they'll give me a refund because they kind of like didn't give me my phone number, that's pretty big, you guys. Right now, when did I sign up? It came out like the 18th. I'm effectively 2 weeks or whatever without the phone number I ported. Like, could you imagine going 2 weeks without your own personal phone number? That's insane. So once I get that and figure out what the resolution is there, then I will attempt to cancel and we'll find out. And worst comes to worst, I guess I'll tell my credit card company to cancel it. Bartan, did you get the US Mobile $249 Pixel? Bartan, I did not. I actually wanted to. I started to create a video on it and I was too late. It sold out. So I'm sad. I'm sad I missed that. But the good news is there's another Pixel right around the corner. And so I'll just grab that, I guess. Yeah. Krakow, a follow-up for Trump Mobile is confirmed. Yes, it is confirmed. It is in the works. I was editing today. I would love to have it out this week. We'll see what happens. It's kind of on Trump Mobile support in some regards. I'm just waiting for a resolution, and there's nothing that I can do to speed up that process. And I emailed them last week, and I'm still waiting to hear back. Yeah, Kyle Crow, yes, I also should have used a one-time virtual card. You're 100% correct. As you say that, I think that is a really good justification for using, what's the service called for those digital cards? I forget what it's called now. Privacy.com. Guys, if you haven't heard of this, I think I have an account and might have a referral link that I put in some video description sometime. But either way, privacy.com, basically it's you create virtual credit cards, and they can be one-time use. They can be associated with a specific um, merchant or category, or be single use. So yeah, this is a great example right here. I guess this is as much as we can zoom in. Single use card. You can have merchant locked cards. So one that's only for US Mobile or only for Trump Mobile, and then category locked, one that's only for mobile service or whatever. And you can set monthly limits, daily limits, I guess weekly limits. Like, these are super easy to lock down and delete. And this website has honestly saved me hundreds of dollars in just like auto renewal fees that I have forgotten about. So yeah, Kyle, you're absolutely right. I should use this 100%. 100%. Juan Stetson, can US Mobile potentially change the price of the current promotion of $35 for the premium unlimited plan under Darkstar for those that get it? And by that, I mean soon after one gets it. Juan, this is a good question. I'm sure, I'm not going to look in the legal terms for this. I'm sure legally they are allowed to change the prices of their plans. Do I think that is likely? I don't think so. I think if you nab the promo, like, what is the promo? We can pull it up right now, which is ending in allegedly 2 hours, 10 minutes, and 50 seconds. So it might not be a bad time to scoop this up. If you go to the monthly option and you grab unlimited premium at $35 a month with code full speed, you will very much likely keep that for the full 12 months, right? I don't think US Mobile is likely to do anything to take that away or to change that or modify it in any capacity. And that goes also for the annual pricing as well. The only thing to note is, one of the features US Mobile advertises is the free network transfers. And it's just, I wish their website was more clear, but it turns out you cannot exceed, I forget the actual number. It's like 30 days out of the year. Okay. If you are off the AT&T network for over, I'm saying 30 as an example, it might be like 37, but if you're off the AT&T network for over 30 or 37 days or whatever the number is, then you do lose the promotion. Okay. So that's something to be mindful of. And I'm a little disappointed that's not more upfront and they're not more transparent with that. There is a comment on Reddit somewhere about it, but if you do sign up, I don't think you're going to likely lose that. I think they're usually quite good at honoring their promotions. So you'll probably keep that one. I wouldn't be worried about it. But dang, 2 hours, 9 minutes, and 30 seconds. Wow. Dang, I'm just like, it was such a good promo. It was such a good promo. It still is a good promo. It's just such a bummer that it's only on AT&T. You know what I mean? Would have been awesome. Would have been awesome on Verizon. What else we got cooking? Microphone, opinion on the 47 plan. We'll keep it simple. It's not worth it. It's $60 for 20 gigs. I mean, we were just looking at US Mobile, so we'll pull them up. Instead of spending $60 for 20 gigs, you can spend $35 and get unlimited. Or you can spend $25 and get 70 gigs on the Darkstar network, or $25 for 35 gigs on AT&T or T-Mobile. Excuse me, on T-Mobile or Verizon. So yeah, it's not worth it. US Mobile is better. Visible is way better. Mint Mobile is way better. Like, instead of $60 for 20 gigs, you can spend $20 and get truly unlimited high-speed data. So the value just isn't there. The value is not there. They do bundle in some other services. I haven't yet tried those services. And quite frankly, I feel a little bit skeptical as to how smooth and easy it would be to take advantage of those. All right, BR. Stetson, any suggestions to improve T-Mobile network access besides Wi-Fi calling outside of home? My parents had a cell spot, femtocell, that T-Mobile removed network access to. Okay, BR. I have a very convoluted answer that might actually work for you. Hear me out on this. So, let me find the right tab here. We've been going on a journey tonight, ladies and gentlemen, and I have quite a number of tabs open. And the only solution to find what I'm looking for is to open a new tab. So we're going to do it. BR, this may work for you and may be worth some consideration. So T-Mobile has a partnership with Helium Mobile. Helium Mobile says sells outdoor hotspots and indoor hotspots. So what you may consider is if you got an outdoor hotspot from Helium, you could install this and it would extend the Wi-Fi network. It looks like with up to 800 feet of range within line of sight. And you could use this around your property outside. Maybe you get a couple of them, for example. And because T-Mobile has a partnership with Helium, your phone, when it connects to the Helium Wi-Fi network that this is effectively making with your Wi-Fi network, it would connect as if it had active service. And I think that could potentially just solve your problems. So I would consider it. I think it'd be really cool. I'm also excited. Sorry about that. Hit the microphone there. I think it'd be really cool. I think it's fascinating. It is really expensive. Not gonna lie, $500, right? But it could be worth trying. Could be worth trying, or go on eBay and see if they're. Should we find out right now? I'm not kind of curious. So I could throw this on one of my balconies and it'd be like kind of useless, but all good. Helium Wi-Fi hotspot. All right, outdoor. It looks like a moderate discount. 3 indoor, $600. All right, 160. Yeah. So I mean, it could be expensive, but it could also work. Curious if anyone else has an idea there. GT. I will guy. On US Mobile, if I do the annual discount on Darkstar, will I be locked on Darkstar or still be able to switch to Lightspeed Warp? Will I have to repay since the discount doesn't work for Lightspeed? Yeah, so I think it's like 37 days if you're like you can switch off, but it can't be for more than 37 days out of the year, I think is what it is. See what Reddit says. Here we go. It's 36 days. 36 days. We're getting the actual numbers in. My Googling skills continue to be on point. Yes, you may stay on any network other than Darkstar for over. Oh, excuse me. Wow, this is kind of a confusing. All right. You may not stay on any network other than Darkstar for over 36 days. If this happens, the line's authorized payment method will be charged the discount difference, the difference in price, i.e. $42 or whatever the difference is for the plan that you sign up for. The price is only available at activation and the line will renew at the end of the annual cycle at the original price. Also wish that was a little bit more clear, I think. And the 36 days was more clear. I mean, the problem with US Mobile is they have so many features now. It's just becoming so nuanced and it's a little bit more complex to explain in terms of, I think, how all the features and service works and stuff such as that. So the answer is 36 days, everybody. 36 days. And I'm also curious if anyone has thoughts on BR's comment, but hopefully that helps. Christian, hey, can you talk about Visible Plus versus Plus Pro? Yeah, absolutely. I think the best way to do that is on the Best Phone Plans website. So we'll pull it up right now. And if we put in Visible Plus, it should, I was going to say it should just give us the annual, the ones we want. Oh, it's because we don't have, all right, one line. And then we really want Visible Plus Pro. Let's do this one. Oh, and we'll do Visible Plus. I wish they were just side by side. Let's compare. This will make them side by side. Christian, I think, yeah, we'll do a quick comparison here. It kind of depends basically if you have an Apple Watch is what I would say, or you're a heavy hotspot user. John Davidson, do any MVNOs offer unlimited priority data on T-Mobile's network? John, the answer is no. The closest we have is Google Fi. And with Google Fi, while that's loading, the most you'll get is 100 gigs of high-speed data. And this is priority data on the T-Mobile network. But this is the highest. If you go with T-Mobile prepaid, you will get priority data, but you'll only get 50 gigs of priority data. So that is what you get with that. All right, where did the website go? Here we go. Boom, back to Visible Plus versus Visible Plus Pro. Where did the initial comment go? Here we go. Christian, we got you. So Visible Plus versus Visible Plus Pro. Right off the bat, $10 price difference. And so the question is like, is Visible Plus Pro worth the $10 extra per month, $120 extra per year? Simple answer comes down to the watch, which I did not put in the cards up there, so I should update that. And it's way down here. Here we go. Smartwatch line, $10 extra on Visible Plus, included for free on Visible Plus Pro. So right off the bat, if you are a smartwatch user and you feel you need cellular on your watch, I don't think you do, but if you feel that way, no brainer, go with the Visible Plus Pro plan. Makes way more sense. Otherwise, both give you unlimited priority data. Fabulous. 10 megabits per second of hotspot speeds versus 15 megabits per second of hotspot speeds. I don't think that's a big difference. I think like the difference between 5 and 10, going from Visible Base to Visible Plus, I think that is noticeable. That's a double the speeds. I think the difference going from 10 to 15 is going to be much less noticeable. And that'd be less important for me personally. 1080p video streaming versus 4K video streaming. All right, that is nice. You can get around 1080p and up this to 4K simply by using a VPN. So worth knowing about. We also will touch on the nuance of the video streaming. So it is 720p streaming on LTE and 5G nationwide, and then 1080p streaming on 5G ultra wideband. So 720p on LTE, 1080p on 5G ultra wideband. For Visible Plus Pro, it is 1080p on LTE/5G nationwide, and then only 4K on 5G ultra wideband. So a little bit of difference there. Maybe worth it if you're a heavy video streamer. I personally don't think it's worth it. International data. Really, this is where you start to see more of a difference. So international texting just to Canada and Mexico. Visible Plus Pro, international texting to 200 countries and territories. International calling just to Canada and Mexico. Visible Plus Pro, that upgrades you to 500 minutes to over 85 countries. So really, really good value. And then 2 gigs a day in Canada and Mexico, that's actually the same. And then 1 free international day per month versus 2 free international days per month. You accumulate up to 12 free days per year. So these do accumulate until you have 12 of them. And then these accumulate until you have 24 of them. Now, if you did opt for the annual version of these plans, you would get all 12 days up front, and you would get all 24 days up front for the annual version of Visible Plus Pro. So, I mean, both are great, hard to go wrong. And again, kind of what I mentioned, Christian, at the beginning, I really do think Visible Plus is that sweet spot. It's just a superb value and really gives you, I think, the core features you need at a great price. Visible Plus Pro, it does give you basically the best of the best. It is an awesome value plan as well. And if you feel like you would enjoy the slightly faster hotspot and the 4K video, and I think most importantly, the international data and that smartwatch line, that's really where it would make sense to upgrade. But the good news is you can switch plans on Visible pretty much any time. So it may not be a bad idea to start with Visible Plus, see what you think. If it works for you, awesome. You're getting a great value and saving money. If you're like, you know what, I need some extra features, boom, next month you can upgrade to Visible Plus Pro. So that's kind of my take there. And I hope that is helpful. All right. We are nearing the 2-hour mark. So I think we're going to wind this one up. But you guys have been awesome. And thank you so much, Mark, for the super sticker. I really appreciate you. I think that's it. We're going to call this one and we'll be back. Yeah, Christian, if you have a VPN, video streaming doesn't matter. That's absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. I think we're going to call it. Yeah. Awesome. Cool. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Consider checking out the free Coverage Map app. We have a brand new update coming July 7th. It's launching next week. We're beyond pumped. Christian, thank you so much for your generosity and support, your super chat here. Really appreciate you. Hopefully that's helpful and you get signed up for a good plan. That's going to be it. Thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you next week.